You feel behind in life. Not a little behind, but far behind. You scroll through your phone and it feels like everyone else is moving forward, except you. People younger than you are succeeding. People your age seem settled, and you're stuck wondering what went wrong. But what if I told you? You are not behind at all. What if the problem isn't your progress, but the timeline you're comparing yourself to? Stay with me, because this might completely change how you see your life. Let's be honest. Feeling behind hurts in a quiet way. It's not loud pain. It's not dramatic. It's a slow, constant pressure in your chest. You wake up already tired, not because you work too hard, but because your mind never rests. You keep asking yourself questions like, why am I not there yet? Why is everyone else moving faster? Did I waste too much time? And the worst question of all, is it too late for me? This feeling doesn't come from failure. It comes from comparison. And comparison today is brutal. Because you're not comparing your real life to someone else's real life. You're comparing your behind the scenes to their highlight reel. We live in a world obsessed with speed. Graduate early, make money fast, build success young, have everything figured out by 25. And if you don't, you feel like you failed. But nobody talks about how artificial this timeline is. Nobody talks about how recent this pressure is. For most of human history, people didn't find themselves in their 20s. They survived. They struggled. They learned slowly. The idea that you must have life figured out early is not wisdom. It's marketing. Here's something nobody tells you. Feeling behind often means you're in a growth phase, a silent one. You're learning lessons that don't show up on Instagram. You're building patience, awareness, resilience. You're discovering what doesn't work, which is just as valuable as knowing what does. Some people succeed early because they never questioned the path they were given. Others move slower because they refuse to live a life that isn't theirs. Slowness is not weakness. Sometimes it's intelligence. Think about this. Some trees grow fast and die young. Others grow slowly and live for centuries. Would you call the slow tree a failure? Of course not. Yet you do this to yourself every day. You judge your entire life based on a few years of confusion. But confusion is not a dead end. It's a crossroads, and crossroads are where real lives begin. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Some people ahead of you right now will be lost later. Some people you envy today are running from emptiness. And some people who look successful are trapped in lives they don't even want. Progress without meaning is just movement. And movement is not the same as direction. If you're listening to this right now, chances are you're someone who thinks deeply. You question, you reflect, you feel more than you show. That alone puts you on a different path, a harder one, but often a more meaningful one. You're not behind, you're becoming. There will be days when the weight feels unbearable, days when you feel invisible, unproductive, unimportant. But growth doesn't announce itself. It happens quietly, in repetition, in moments no one applauds. The fact that you're still trying, still searching, still listening, that matters more than you think. Instead of asking, why am I so behind? Try asking, what am I learning right now? What kind of life do I actually want? What would progress look like for me? Your life is not a race, it's a story. And stories don't make sense until much later. One day you'll look back at this phase, and you won't see someone who was behind. You'll see someone who was preparing, someone who didn't rush into a life they hated, someone who took the longer road. someone who chose awareness over speed. And you'll realize you were never late. You were early in becoming who you were meant to be. Take a breath. You're allowed to move at your own pace, and you're doing better than you think.